Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
All right. Good morning and welcome in on this Monday morning as we get the week started right. Sitting here at 3-0. Lloyd, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well.
3-0.
How was the weekend?
Oh.
Obviously 1-0 on the weekend. How are you feeling?
And that's all that matters to me. My attitude and, I guess, direct health is connected to LSU. And Jay Johnson did a good job with that also.
Yeah, he added a little sprinkle in there just to make sure you were doing all right.
That's right.
Sprinkle a little bit in there to boost everyone's mood over the weekend. But, like we said, LSU 1-0 on the weekend, sitting at 3-0 for the first time in, 6 years? As the last time LSU was sitting in this position was 2019, that beautiful season led by Joe Burrow, who went down yesterday.
I saw that.
It hurts my heart so much.
I know people are calling him soft, which is the last thing he is.
Right. I mean, have you ever seen the man play?
Yeah, I've seen him get hurt a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Swiss cheese for an offensive line. They just let him die every day.
I hate that for him.
Yeah,
got a dub though.
It's very unfortunate, but they still pulled it out. That wide receiver core is impressive.
It helps Chase, when you had and they don't mind their backup, but I mean Joe Burrow or figure it out.
Yeah, save the man's life. But appreciate everyone getting in here. It's very nice to see all your names, faces, and profile pictures over there in the chat this morning. Gunnar Ward, if I hear any more hate on LSU, I'm going to lose it. It's the SEC media who is hating on LSU more than anyone else for being 3-0, mind you. Sabrion, getting the phone lines open or what? I got something I need to say. Hopefully we should have that straightened out, ready to go on Wednesday. Wednesday will be the day where phone lines will be open, questions will be asked and answered. That is what Wednesday will be for. Weekends, it's kind of dissipated a little bit because we've turned towards Roe and Kev, and they've kind of let that run over the weekend, so we haven't had the phone lines open. But we will get you guys going on Wednesday. We'll have that ready for y'all. But appreciate y'all being here. It's just me and Lloyd today. Didn't know it was just going to be me and Lloyd today. We got to work on getting some word in from these boys.
Some people you can't rely on.
Fair enough. Appreciate everyone being in here. BD, QB overrated. Brad
Ain't no
Davis
hobby,
sucks.
fellas.
Joe Sloan needs to be fired, and Atkins or BK needs to call plays. We will get into all of that this morning. As much as LSU is sitting at 3-0 right now, the vibe just really doesn't feel like 3-0. Like it feels a lot like, last season you were sitting right here, you were 2-1.
Wait, Gunnar Ward, you're the one that hold on. It's the SEC. Wait, hold on. If I hear any more hate on LSU, I'm going to lose it. It's the SEC media who is hating on LSU more than anyone else for being 3-0, mind you. And then immediately, Gunnar Ward, 13 points. You did it to yourself.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, we're going to get into all of it today as the vibes are not what I expected to be sitting at 3-0, number 3 in the country. Expected the vibes to be a little bit higher, but we will get into all of it like we have this past weekend. If you missed it over the weekend, shout out to Golf Suites for hosting us Saturday night, Pizza Byron's for hosting us yesterday evening, and shout out to Rowan Kev for making the way over on Saturday. Kev still had his Charles Alexander pin on with us recapping the game, post-game. As soon as it was over, we were live from the Golf Suites. And then yesterday, obviously, Pizza Byron's from 4 to 5, recapping it all with Rohan as he went back and watched it a handful more times to really get his takes ready. So in the coming weeks, make sure you are aware when we're going live on the weekends, and you can come join us in person. That option is available. Into the headlines for this morning. Like we said, LSU takes down Florida 20-10 in what was a dominant defensive performance, and they stay sitting at number 3 in the AP poll. But the real story, I guess, from the game happened after the game, as there were some fireworks in the post-game press conference, and it got a little spicy. Like I said, the vibes are not that of a 3-0 football team. We'll get into that as well. There was some Peyton Houston recruitment news as the Evangel quarterback, I believe, that is a part of this kind of loaded 2027 class for LSU somewhat, where they've got options in the 2027 quarterback class, where you've got Peyton Houston, who's an in-state guy at Evangel Christian Academy up there in Shreveport, 4-star quarterback, and is extremely talented. So that's one 4-star guy in the state. You've got another 4-star guy in the state with Elijah Haven right here in their backyard. Those are two of the top quarterbacks in the country, and they're both sitting right here in Louisiana. Then you also have Colton Nussmeier, who is your current starting quarterback's younger brother. His dad is the OC with the Saints. So just so many connections to 3 quarterbacks in this class. And Shea Dixon had some news to report on Peyton Houston and his commitment. As you might expect to hear some news soon, I think he's going to commit, make his announcement soon to where he will spend, where he will say he will spend his future years in college football. So here is Shea Dixon talking about Peyton Houston, the Evangel quarterback, one of the top players in the state of Louisiana, and what to expect when he makes his commitment announcement.
You really don't even need to bother with going down for a visit, let alone bring the whole family and go through the entire kind of meeting process before you announce 48 hours later. And if you stay the night, leave on Sunday, 24 hours later. I think that I'm leaning LSU here. I do. Being prioritized really over the offseason, but that then heated up in a big way this summer, Josh, as a guy that Joe Sloan, Brad Kelly, this staff as a whole really wanted and said, hey, look, you've got the green light to commit. We've gone past the Southern Cal picks. We've seen the OU picks. Again, I kind of lean LSU here coming out of this visit. I just think that the work they've done behind the scenes is maybe enough to pull this one off. And just as surprising, I don't think people would expect me to have said that, I know people were surprised earlier in the week when I didn't just jump on OU when they were the sexy pick after they beat Michigan and he was there. But I also, if you were to make me say who would be the second quarterback, I might not pick the actual Baton Rouge native, who's the 5-star here in town, who's looked heavily at Florida and a number of other schools in Elijah Haven. I could see it being Nussmeier.
So, like I said, it's kind of an interesting position for LSU to be in, where there are all these quarterback options that are kind of connected, whether it's in the state or not in the state. Like Shea said right there at the end, he is leaning LSU for Peyton Houston, and if LSU does go with another quarterback, he says he doesn't anticipate it being Haven. He leans more towards Nussmeier than Haven, so we'll see kind of how it shakes out. But LSU obviously have not added a quarterback from the high school ranks since Hurley in 24. So they go no quarterback in 25. Currently, they don't have a 26 committed, and there are options in that 27 class. So we'll see where it goes. The Saints yesterday drop their matchup to the injury-riddled 49ers, who are led by one Mac Jones, no George Kittle, no Brandon Ayuk. Just injury-riddled all over that offense, and the Saints lose 26-21 to fall to 0-2. And really, watching some of that game, and I wish Christian was here to be able to elaborate, as he's our resident Saints fan, like a diehard fan. Rattler, to me, looked good in that football game. I was impressed. He made plays. I really thought that he looked good, and it was kind of everything around him at times that just kind of let him down. Like, I thought Kamara looked good, but I thought there were times the offensive line didn't perform up to par, that some of the receivers weren't making plays they usually make, but there were some big plays that I saw Rattler make, and I was impressed up until, it obviously ended on a rough play. But the Saints, they just, so far, they're 0-2, but they've had 2 inspired losses up to this point. So I don't think the vibes are awful, but it does suck to be 0-2, and especially a game. I think going into yesterday, a lot of people thought the Saints could probably pull off the win if you were going to. These first 2 weeks with the Cardinals and an injury-riddled 49ers team, it was like,
You could
okay,
be 2-0.
You could pull these 2 games off. Like you can make, and you're sitting here at 0-2
Instead,
and it's just kind of the team that you are.
what happened to the Saints?
Wow, I didn't see this. I mean,
Go home.
shout out to the 49er fan base. I didn't know they traveled like that, and that's not a short trip
No.
from San Francisco to New Orleans.
Interesting trip to me. I guess New Orleans still has that to it.
Yeah, the tour. I mean, like probably one that you circle if it's on the schedule. Like, oh, we can go to New Orleans.
You're gonna get a win.
Yeah, right. And
But if there was, like you said, if there was one,
this was the time to make these wins
it
happen.
would be crazy if the Saints were 2-0.
It would be unbelievable.
They're battling.
They are. That's what I'm
trying.
saying. They're an inspired 0-2, which is really all you can ask for. Like, at least they look like they care,
Well, Kellen Moore has a job to do.
right?
If it was Dennis Howard, I don't think they'd be
No.
fighting. I mean, Alvin Kamara would be holding pressers himself
Right.
again.
Right. And so at least they look like they care.
Rattler cares.
Yes.
Trying.
He does. No, and I was impressed with him. Yeah, he looked good yesterday. Into the 2 claps this morning. I want to start off just kind of talking about Saturday. Deshaun Spears, Devon Keys, and all 3 Weeks brothers deserve 2 claps this morning. Deshaun Spears obviously introduced himself to America on Saturday. 2 interceptions. 1 was a pick 6. And that is the player we have been fawning over when we've talked about Deshaun Spears, because he checks so many boxes from a physical standpoint. He's long, he's rangy, he's athletic. If you watched him in high school, you saw plays like the ones he made on Saturday, and that's kind of what people were like going into his freshman year last year, where it was like, this is a guy that should step up and be the guy at safety and make all these plays, this, that, the other. Didn't really happen as a true freshman. Now he's in a defense where he's comfortable. He's allowed to be who he is, and he went out there and he made the plays. I thought the instincts looked great, and he made the play. He's a playmaker, and that's what this defense consists of now. And he was a guy that has developed from year 1 to year 2 and fits the system that they are playing in. Shout out to Deshaun Spears. Another one, Devon Keys. How about Whit Weeks goes down on the first defensive drive of the game, and Devon Keys steps in, 14 total tackles, 6 solo, half a sack, and a TFL. I mean, talk about being ready when your number's called. Number 42 for the LSU defense was ready, was prepared, went out there and balled out in Whit Weeks. And he's kind of one of the bright spots of the game, of like what creates a silver lining of the Weeks targeting, which was an awful call. And I don't want to get too fired up on it, but just bad. But the silver lining was you saw why they didn't go out in the transfer portal and add linebackers, because they are extremely confident in the guys they have behind them. And Devon Keys went out there and played a hell of a football game. Like 14 tackles, led the team, 6 solo, half a sack. You're looking at the picture of it right there. And a TFL where he was just out there. He was all over the field, sideline to sideline, and was extremely impressive. And it was good to see him step up and just be ready. Number called, pop that helmet on. You're going to play the rest of the game. Like it's not spot play. It's not you're only going to be in with this package. No, you're going to fill in for number 40, and you really didn't see a drop-off with an All-American linebacker not on the football field.
Yeah, I don't think Devon Keys was going into that game saying, I'm going to play 78 snaps.
No.
And shout out Devon, because it was kind of a circus a little bit after the Weeks thing happened, where it's quick review, targeting, he's out the game. What is that,
Right.
his second play of the game?
Snap.
And then he has himself, it blew his mind. He didn't,
Yes.
I guess it's almost like he didn't know that targeting was a rule. Like, what do you mean I don't get to play anymore? And they had to take his helmet away. Then credit to him for actually getting it together a little bit and being able to, I guess, be a coach on the sidelines, because he's basically just a headset away and an LSU baseball hat from being Blake Baker. But Devon Keys being ready, being able to step into that defense, and then even having a third Weeks. There's a third shooter. It's what is his name? Parker? Jack? I don't
Zach.
know. Zach. What? White Weeks.
No, shout out.
I mean, that's awesome.
This is and that's why I included them in the two claps as well, because going from one to see Witt keep the pads on the sideline, it felt almost like he was like in like a part of the game. Like he's still sweating, he's still running around, still fired up. West goes down and he looked like Usain Bolt running across the field to his older brother. I love that. Just shows you why he has the C on his chest, because that was a true captain. West Weeks deserves a shout out because played out of his mind. I mean, like he goes down with, I'm talking about Devon Keys leading the team with 14 tackles. West went down with 8 minutes to go in the third and had 12 tackles at that point. Like he very well could have ended that football game with 20 if he doesn't go down and get hurt. Was balling out in stepping in for his younger brother. When Witt goes down, West was all over that football field. What you got?
Witt was all over the football field.
They were everywhere. And then shout out to the little brother, to the third.
I'm just watching this video. It's cracking me up.
Shout out to the third, the youngest, Zach, for stepping up, being ready, going out there playing football.
Oh, no, because, I mean, Zach was going to be like a fun story of maybe he'll play
Right.
what was it, week 2? And it's
Brothers
like, maybe
on
we'll
the
get
field
all
together.
3 at the same
Right,
time.
right.
Instead, it's like, actually, you'll be playing week 3 against Florida in some massive minutes.
Well, it's like, okay, that one's gone for targeting. This one gets hurt. Guess what? We've got a third.
We got a third shooter.
Like, just you can keep trying.
I mean,
But like, dude,
he's
locked
everywhere.
Invested. Same level of
I don't know what to do with him.
almost more energy on the sideline than on the field.
It's
Like, got to get it out somehow.
it really truly is a testament to captain and like
Yes.
his.
Look at him.
I don't know what to say about it. Like, it's one of the it's a mindset, it's a mentality. It's like one of those things where you can pick one or the other of like, I can be dejected, be sad, and not really be invested and be like, woe is me. Or you can do this and just become a coach on the field or on the sidelines where you're still impacting the game somehow and calling the defense.
I mean, he's telling them where to be, who's coming out, who's staying on.
Rooting them on, obviously, but it is like I'm sure this was like not. This didn't hurt Devon Keys to have him on the sidelines, or didn't hurt Weeks to have him on the sidelines, where he's like literally calling the defense with Blake Baker.
Yeah, no, I mean and that's why the fan base loves him the way they do, because that's just who he is. Like that's not fake.
No,
like that's the best part, because you can't fake that. That is real, and that's why he's got the C on his chest. Like really, I mean that's the truest depiction of a captain you will ever see, where has every reason to feel bad for himself.
He's calling the defense.
It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. He kept the pads on the entire game. Didn't lose them when he got ejected. Didn't like Play a Squad said. Didn't even lose the pads at halftime. Like kept them on.
He had every opportunity to take them off.
Why take them off?
All he did was out of towel.
Why take them off?
And they had to take the helmet away because he was going to go back in the game.
Yeah, no, it was like, and then like Fawn says, the Spears pick six. Witt is step for step with the side ref. The picket pick and that's going to really open up the conversation of this football team. And I want to start when I talk about Saturday on the defensive side of the ball, because it is such inspired football on that side of the field. Like when you watch this LSU defense play, it is fast, it is free, it is confident, it's comfortable. They know who they are. They do it to the best of their abilities, and it leads to what you saw Saturday night, where once again your defense goes out there and dominates and wins you a football game. I mean, teams have scored. LSU's given up one touchdown a game, where against Clemson it was it was 17-10 was that game. Clemson scores 10 points. La Tech scores 7, Florida scores 10. So like LSU's the most they've given up is they've given up 27 points this season. And so when you start and you look at that defensive side of the ball, one, they have players everywhere. They have depth everywhere. Like, you want to talk about hitting on your transfer portal guys. They nailed on the defensive line, the defensive ends, the safeties, the corners. Like, have just improved so much from a player standpoint. But the one part that I love more than anything else is the trust and the confidence that Blake Baker has in each and every player on the field, and what each and every player on the field, the confidence they have in Blake Baker. And they play that way. It's a reflection of that. The defense is reflecting the coordinator in the best way possible. You always hear the team is going to be an extension of their coach. And it is true. It's a real thing. And I think this defense is what you're seeing. The guys on the field are a reflection of Blake Baker and his personality and who he is. But there's also just this massive trust factor that you see where they know Baker's putting them in the right spot. They know, and Blake Baker knows they're going to make the play if he puts them there. So it's having an identity, it's trust, it's confidence, and it allows them to be as dominant as they are, where they win you a football game. They won you another football game. That's 3 games so far that the defense wins you if you're LSU. And it's awesome to see, and the trust that they have in the defense. I mean, 5 interceptions, and only 2 of them, and I'll granted, 2 of them were Lagway just forcing it, trying to make something happen, throws in a triple coverage, Cooley picks it off, and then the Pickett interception, I loved it. But, I mean, Lagway's trying to throw that out of bounds, just didn't have the juice. Pickett comes out of the third deck, snipes it out of the air for an interception. But the first 3 were just DJ Lagway was in a blender. He was in hell. He didn't know what he was looking at, didn't know where to go with the football. And we talked about on Friday, that's where my confidence lied, where it was, if you can have an experienced quarterback like Cade Klubnik not know what he's looking at, which, granted, now looking down the line, Clemson doesn't look very good. What are you going to do to a guy that doesn't have the experience, and Lagway doesn't? And you saw that in spades on Saturday, where that second half he was just in a pretzel. He was puzzled. He didn't know what he was looking at, and they made the plays, man. That's what I've talked about when talking about this defense from 2024 to 2025. They had the players in the right spots, but not the right guys to make the plays in 24. Mm-hmm. You saw the improvement of not as many coverage busts. There still were some because you just still had those players out there.
Still have to play defense.
They were in the right positions. The communication had been improved from a coaching player standpoint. You didn't have anyone that could go out there and make plays, especially on the back end of that defense. You had essentially zero, and this is not a knock against those guys, but Zy Alexander's the only one that ever made plays for you on defense. He's the only one that ever went and got interceptions besides Sage Ryan against Bauer Sharp throwing the football for Oklahoma. Zy Alexander made some plays, but now you're consistent where Mansour Delane consistently making plays. They had 5 picks. They could have had 8.
The starkest difference to me from last year to this year in terms of defense is, look at the Florida game. You had DJ Lagway being able to pick you apart essentially and hit explosive play after explosive play when LSU kind of dominated that football game. And the stats sheet, if you just look at it, like we've said before, you just look at it, you go, oh, LSU won. But then you look at the scoreboard, not the case.
Right.
DJ Lagway was able to hit you over the head with some explosive plays to be able to score points. This year, it's 5 interceptions every time you try to throw it up. You have players going out there and making plays. Deshaun Spears everywhere. Mansour Delane, one of the highest graded PFF players in coverage, didn't have an interception, but gave up, I don't know.
Should have had 1 or 2.
Yes. Then you have your special boy, your 5-star, come up with that breakout interception, and you see the defense flying around and how much it meant to them for him to be able to get one. And this is what the defense is. This is after the Deshaun Spears pick. It's tough. Jay Johnson's toughened together.
Yes.
They're playing for themselves. They're all playing for the defense.
Yeah. No.
It's 11 together.
Well, no, they're playing for the offense, too, at this point.
Well, they know they have to.
Yeah, but they're playing for one another. The guy next to him, the guys in the same uniform.
But they're taking pride in the fact that, we're holding the rope right now. Because
100%.
they know the offense isn't able to really, as effective or ineffective as it's been, there's obviously moments where the offense looks okay. There's a drive, and even in the Florida game, we're like, that's it.
Yeah.
But I think LSU and LSU's defense knows that this is on us. As of now, if we're going to go where we want to be, it's on the defense.
Yeah, and to highlight one specific position, kind of like you talked about, obviously the back end is much improved. The safety position in itself is a spot that I don't think there's another room in the country that has been as improved than safety room, and that might be a homer take. I might be a little, hyping it up a little much. But it's a massive jump from 2024 safety play and 2023 safety play to 2025. Like, number 0 and number 13 are everywhere on that football field, man. Like, TaMarcus Cooley had 9 tackles. He plays the safety position to the truest form of the word, where he keeps everything in front of him. If the tackle's there to be made, he makes it. 9 tackles, 6 solo, and he had that interception. A.J. Halsey, you want to talk about instincts? That was the word that was used about him consistently. He is shot out of the defensive backfield like a cannon when there's anything underneath to go blow it up, and then gets the interception where he's sitting back, he's reading the play, he sees the dig, jumps it, makes the play, and then the celebration in the end zone. Have you seen what Halsey's what his pick celebration was? It was the
Give me that.
Mr. Gimme That. Gimme That. A nickname, Mr. Gimme That. But it's just awesome, man. It's just they have such good athletes and such good safety play. Look at this. Staring the dig down, instincts, jump in there, pick it off. Like, it is, like Seville said, it is night and day. It is such an improved position. And really, as much as corners improved as well, that safety position allows this defense to play as free as they want because they're safe. They've got guys on the back end that are going to make sure they're good. They're going to run down guys. They're going to make the interception when it's there. They're good in coverage. They're hitting. They're tackling. They're sure-handed. Those broken tackle issues are gone. The lack of playmakers is gone. Like, it is such improvement. And I'll say it's the best money can buy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is homegrown talent. You went and identified A.J. Halsey. It was a diamond in the rough. No, I mean, you went and he was a really good DB, a really good safety at Houston, and he entered the transfer portal. You said, you know what? Spring portal window, he needs to be mine, and he was. And it's the best money combined. You're seeing why they spent the money, and it's so far up to this point through 3 games, and I don't see it stopping. It's the return on investment, that ROI, is in a pretty good spot.
Oh, my God. I mean, it just couldn't be more markedly different than what you saw. And, like, even on that, like, the A.J. Halsey interception is probably, like, the best, I guess, a test case of what the defense is now. Whenever you're able to play man coverage in front of you, you have safeties lined up. I mean, corners lined up, like, Monster Lane's in your face.
Yes.
And then the way they pass it off and the way that you have A.J. Halsey who's able to kind of operate off of his instincts, which makes him a good football player. But if you don't have everything in front of you, you don't get to play that way. You play safe. And instead, he gets to go and attack and read and adjust and go see something and make a move towards it, and that's how you get interceptions. And it's exactly like you said, what money can buy. That's the player you bought.
Yes.
That's what you wanted. And he wants to come to LSU because, like it or not, there's a standard and a brand that LSU used to be, and everybody still thinks of it that way. Like, A.J. Halsey's seen Tyrann Mathieu play, and he saw him play in the purple and gold. Like, DBU is still alive and well.
Right.
And they just wanted to bring it back to that standard, and you've recruited to do that. You brought back the coaches that did that.
Yes.
And now you have a defensive coordinator that people are very much starting to wonder if it continues this way, where are you going to be?
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. Don't even want to think about it, because all I'm worried about is that he is here right now, and he's got the Jimmies and Joes to go and make the plays, man, because they are –
take advantage of the time.
Yes, they're balling out. Like, it really is. It's so impressive, and it's just so – it's so much fun to watch that again, because there really is, as fun as a good offense, like a great – like as fun as 2023 was, where you could just throw the ball anywhere, you could score every time. Not being able to stop a nosebleed on defense and what LSU has lived through the last 2 seasons, just And now it's just it's freeing.
What's more frustrating so far? I guess you're 3-0, but 2023 defense or 2025 offense?
It's the 2025 offense solely because of the fact you know you have the players.
Yep.
You know you have the solution on your team already. 2023 with the defense, you sat back and you were like, this is just what it is. We can't bring anybody in. There's no free agents. We can't get a 10-day contract for somebody to, this 2025 offense, you've got the players. And I guess we'll go ahead and we'll open that conversation up as well. Wanted to start with the positivity of the defense. We'll go We'll go into what's not quite as positive in this offense because it was a poor offensive performance. I mean, I think if you watch that game, both sides, and I do want to start off before I get into it with just a precursor of the Florida defense is really good. Like they are, I'm not going to say really good. They are impressive. This is not a Florida defense that was just going to be easy to just run the score up against. That is an SEC caliber front seven. They were flying around. They made plays. They looked good. That front seven is extremely good. And Florida's only given up 2 offensive touchdowns this season, playing USF and LSU, 2 obviously rather good opponents. That defense is better than I think anticipated, especially that front seven is high quality. But Nussmeier, 15 of 27, 220 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Rushing numbers, Durham, 15 carries, 93 yards, 51 of them on that last carry in the power I. So prior, he was 14 for 42. Aaron Anderson had a rush for 2 yards. Harlem Berry a rush for 2 yards. And then Jawan Johnson did have the numbers are skewed because I think the fumble redacted a good bit of his yards. But you just weren't able to do anything offensively. You lost in the total yards department. You lost in the pass yards department. You won in the rush yards department, but you wouldn't have without the 51. Penalties, Florida had 7 for 57. LSU had 7 for 68. These are the numbers that are really the stark contrast. Florida had 24 more total plays than LSU. They had 23 first downs to LSU's 10. They were 6 of 17 on third down. LSU was 4 of 14.
LSU didn't have a first down. They got
They went 3 straight 3-and-outs to start that football game.
Got their first down with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean they had
12 minutes of football where you didn't get a first 3-and-outs.
3 straight 3-and-outs. The first drive, and the worst part was the first 2 drives you started. Your first play got you to 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 3. And it's 3-and-out after that. Like that is, you can't ask for a better first play run on the first drive than Caden Durham's 6-yard run, boom. And so,
and that's how you end up, as Brian Kelly would say, I guess, spoiled.
I know you love these immediate post-game sessions, but what are you seeing with your offense?
Stop. Really? Is that the first question? We won the game 20-10. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game. We played the game to win the game.
All right, how about third down then? What is going on with third down?
It's one game. Last game, we were great on third down. You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football game. Won the game. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy?
No, I think people want to know why you can't run the ball, quite honestly.
We can run the ball. Did you see the last play of the game? That's all you need. You just need one. There's some ridiculous questions. And I'm getting tired of it. That football team just worked their tail off to get an SEC win, and you want to know what's wrong. You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled. This team is 17-1 at night. 17-1. Give them some respect. How about that? Give them some respect instead of micro-analyzing every little thing. This is ridiculous. For a group of seasoned reporters, that kind of question is so out of line.
There's BK in the post-game press conference. That was the fireworks we talked about a little bit. Lloyd, I will let you open it up after that first. Obviously,
I totally see his perspective on all of this because, like you said, what do you want other than for LSU to get a win? Like, now, is the question warranted? I don't care if – I don't know what if you – the question needs to be asked, and Michael Cobble did his job.
Yes.
And now the perspective of this has to be – this is the first question as opposed to the fifth question. Regardless, it's going to get asked, but I guess you didn't let Brian Kelly be post-coital long enough of, like, basking in a victory of 20-10 against Florida, and he says spoiled, and Rose said this, like, you goddamn right I'm spoiled. Like, this is LSU.
Right.
I expect to be spoiled. I expect championships. I don't sneak off with a win or don't not be able to run the football and don't duck the question. You didn't answer it. You can't point to one play like, what are the numbers without that run play, without the last play of the football game? You can't run the football. And that now, if you don't want to hear that first off the rip, I understand it.
Right.
I guess have a modicum of, for him, a respect of, I want to hear the good, like, praise me before you neg me.
I don't think it's entirely on, like, BK was up there speaking for himself. I think it's more so like the team went out there, played football, and that defense played so good, and you won.
Yeah, you expect like the how great is this defense question?
At least open, like, and I do understand the aspect of, like, that question needed to be asked, and respect to call before asking it. Like, all three of them were valid to be asked. The offensive struggles, and then highlighting third down.
Oh, he tripled down, doubled down, then tripled down.
And I mean, I know Caldwell, and I'm not surprised at all. And he's one of the few people that I know can take that and be
absolutely fine,
be good. So shout out to Caldwell, because the line of questioning is not a bad line of questioning, and that's the one piece of what BK said that I was like, the question's not out of line. It wasn't. Everything else, like, for me, I feel like it was BK more so being a shield to the team, because that is a team that is now 3-0, is playing dominant on one side of the football.
And winning.
Winning. And so what the question represents is the bigger issue. The question itself is not the problem. It's the bigger issue of what is a part of the question is the fan base, us in a sense of media and talking heads, where it's like, yeah, you're 3-0, but it's still just not good enough.
Right.
And I get that, but it's like,
and I get being frustrated with it. Because,
right.
Like,
You
what
100%.
more do you want me to do? Or 3-0, but
right.
The reasons as to why it could be better are very apparent and need, it's been 2 years of this now, kind of, where it's you can't run the football.
Yeah. No, and I think the questions that were asked are right to be asked, because the problems he was asking about are true problems. But the context of it is it's still week 3. You're 3-0, and it was a football game you won, and it's just it's the same vibe that I'm talking about, where it still doesn't feel like you are 3-0.
And there's parts of this where I think Cobble would probably agree, and why. Obviously, we both know Cobble, and that's the doubling and triple down is somehow like it's obviously LSU fan too. Like, you can tell, obviously, like, we all cover LSU for a reason, and it was these questions wouldn't have gotten asked if you didn't challenge me as a man now. And it's like, fine, I was going to be nice about it, but why can't you run the fucking football? Right. You want me to know what we want to know? Like, it became a little bit of a pissing contest. 2 huge egos. Yeah, and let's just be honest.
And I'm like I'm like right down the middle. Like, I'm not.
No, nobody's right or wrong.
Right, and
questions were going to be asked. Yes. Questions need to be answered. Questions didn't get answered. He spun it in a Brian Kelly fashion. But I think some of it comes from Cobble being able to see that, man, this reminds me a little bit of an era of which under Les Miles where, yeah, you're winning, but how? Like, you're at some point this is going to run out because you're deficient on one side of the football where you can't win a national championship this way. And so I'm just going to get out in front of it and tell you right now, like, I've seen dominant defenses. 2011 is the best defense I've ever seen. Guess what they came home with? Fucking nothing.
Yeah, and I think that mindset is right, but if the post-game press conference, if the focus of the post-game press conference is
what's wrong instead of what's right,
not just what's wrong instead of what's right, what's going to be wrong in the future, where it's like the way you played on Saturday won you the game. You might say 20 points isn't enough, and I get it, because in theory 20 points is not enough. through the first 3 weeks of the season, 20 points has been enough. Just like you would say in 2023, giving up 35 points is too much. In 2023, giving up 35 points wasn't too much because you could score 50.
Yeah.
And so and I understand just kind of the intricacies. I'm not a big J journalist, so I'm not going to be like, these are the rules of the way. This is what you ask on a post game. This is what you ask on a Monday. But I do understand the dynamic of, like, if you want to look big picture on Monday. On Saturday, let's talk about, hey, the football game was just played. Deshaun Spears had 2 picks, his first 2 of his career. Devon Keys stepped up when your All-American linebacker went out. The defense flew around and won you that football game.
DJ Pickett gets
it. Like, there's so many things that did go right, but it's something we all fall victim to of the tunnel vision on what's bad. And there's no problem with it because we are spoiled. We witnessed 2019, and I don't want to say that that's the only reason because it is just the brand of LSU from 2000 till now that has allowed us to want greatness on both sides of the ball consistently. 2019, you saw true complementary football where the offense was legendary, defense full of NFL talent, played great football. I think in 2022, you saw a couple of games of complementary football where against Alabama, your defense made plays, your offense went and made plays, and you haven't really seen that since. But what you do have right now
is a dominant defense.
And it's just, I think it was BK not talking to his players, but almost talking to protect them of the standpoint of, like, making sure they know, don't be satisfied with where you're at right now, especially offensively, but feel good about the fact that you're 3-0. And that was your goal going into the season, was to be 1-0 each week, and that's where you are.
Yeah, and I think not only for his team, but for himself, I think he expected more of an attaboy. Like, expected more of a celebration of what he's accomplished to this point of being able to go 3-0 because he hasn't done it yet. And so to walk into a quote-unquote hostile environment from his own media team whenever he, in his mind's like, I've given you all this access, I allowed all these, and it's like, you're spoiled. And that's where that comes from. It's just like, you're spoiled by me. And take it for what it is, but like Brian Kelly, you're gonna get that question at some point anyway.
Yes.
I understand both perspectives of it.
Yes.
But it's just the reason that he has a bit of a tantrum on this because it's a pain point. He knows that it's true.
Yes, and
what is wrong?
Right.
It doesn't have an answer
because the problems are real. Like that's why the line of questioning isn't bad. It's because they're real questions.
That's why it's upset him because he's like, I don't know. I can't tell you. You can't point to one play in the football game that you've never run.
That's definitely part of it. Like that, it is just, it's a question that he's sitting back and he's having those internal conversations himself of,
I'm so angry.
What's going on with the offense like that? But there were parts of the rant that I didn't agree with. Like there were certain things, like the line of questioning being disrespectful, or like what, it's just the line of questioning wasn't wrong. It wasn't bad. But I do respect standing up there and making sure for your players and for your team, for your program. It was an attitude adjustment, really, is what I thought that was. Like, sometimes you need an attitude adjustment, a reality check. And I think this wasn't truly a reality check because it is realistic that the offense is not good. But it's also real that this team is 3-0 and they're playing good football to win games. LSU played a style of football on Saturday to win the game. And what did they do? They won the game. They went out there and they won the game. And so there are true questions with the offense, and we'll get into them. But I do want the precursor to be, I understand the stress and the disappointment with this offense. And it is disappointing because you have the weapons. But the second piece of it is you're 3-0 and they're doing enough to win you the game. They gave you 3 scoring drives, and that's all you needed from an offense. Like, would it be nice if they went and they scored 28, 31, 35, 38? Yes, I mean, please do. But all you needed was 20. All you needed in week 1 was 17. All you needed in week 2 was 23. And it's working. It's just, and the other thing is it doesn't look pretty. It's ugly, but it's working to winning. But the big picture perspective is it's not going to stay like this.
Right. You can't hide behind that. Like, I know at the end of the day, it's a results-based game and a results-based business if you look and go 3-0. Also, okay, but how sustainable is it?
Right, and that's the question. And moving forward, what you have coming up on your schedule.
You have too many good players.
I know, and that's where my stress lies with this offense, is that there is talent. It's not 2023 where you don't – like, where's your answer defensively? I have no idea. There is none. You guys got to take it and be where you're at. Like, that's just the situation. With this offense, I know they have the weapons, they have the pieces, they have the people. It's just about the right rhythm, the right finding an identity, being in the right spot, and making the plays. And right now, they're not doing that because, like, they have the pieces, like they do. You went out and you paid for them. And I wanted to open up this line of questioning this morning, where you go back and you look at the 2024 LSU offense and you compare it to the 2025 LSU offense. What's caused the stark difference that is realistic? If you just turn highlight clips on from 2024 and compare it to these first 3 games of 25,
hate the run game.
it is a stark difference. Like, it's just the offense doesn't look anything similar besides you're still handing the football out of shotgun and trying to run through the interior of your offensive line instead of trying to maybe go east and west and stretch the field or whatever. That's very similar to the fact that you can't run the football. But what is causing the big difference in the offenses? And I came up with 3 kind of theories in my brain. The one I think is the most likely is the offensive line and the fact that it's a stark difference from 2024 to 2025. You had extreme confidence in the guys in 24 to keep Nussmeier upright than you do with the guys in 2025. Don't let Florida's front 7, and I think even just a specific game, the way the front 7 for Florida dominated in 24 and won that football game, you didn't allow them to do that Saturday night. And I think that as much as it didn't look pretty offensively, the scheme in that standpoint worked, where it's not 2 forced fumbles and Florida's able to get in short fields and make plays and put your defense at a disadvantage. You played the field flipping game, and shout out to Grant Chadwick, 2 claps, ready. Best punter money can buy, baby. Did his job. So offensive line, I think another piece is defense. Like, it's just the defense is good, so you don't need to be this offense that puts it all on their shoulders like you were last season. And then there's a couple more that I think aren't as likely. The injury to Nuss in the offseason with the knee. Maybe there's something else going on. You've seen kind of these messy situations with Lagley over the offseason. Napier always saying he was good, but he had the shoulder and the calf. And the Arch Manning, who does not look healthy, he's throwing with a strain. And then you have who is Sarkisian at the presser saying he's fine. Is there something health-wise going on that he's not opening up? I don't want to speculate in that realm. And then another one that I think is also unlikely is that they're playing it close to the chest. They're keeping their cards held and not trying to show how explosive this offense can be. They're playing to the hands of their defense and kind of keeping some things under wrap. I don't think that's I really think the first 2 things are what I think is different. You're trying to cover up the offensive line, and you don't need to be 2024's offense because your defense is elite. Lloyd, I turn the questioning to you of what is different from 24 to 25. I mean, because it's different.
Certainly different. I mean, obviously you had to do things differently to manufacture an offense last year, but that's part of the cobble question and the pain point of Brian Kelly's response is you've seen Nussmeier be able to do this. You've seen him be able to operate and throw for 300 yards, and I know that we've harped on you don't need to attempt it 50 times. He doesn't have to, but Nussmeier, to an extent, is executing the game plan that's being called, and it feels like the lack of identity on offense is part of the problem, where it's just they keep it's like it's a blind grab bag of let's see what can we throw against the wall and see what sticks. And to be in week 3 and to have an entire offseason to kind of figure out what you have to work with, and that's where you start doing the guessing game of why is your quarterback on a throwing program? How healthy was he? How much have you been able to actually implement with this offense when you have Nick Anderson get 1 catch for 9 yards, you went out and got him from the portal. When you have Chris Hilton play 1 snap. Like those are the things that you're starting to see where you're like, what are you really trying to do? Barry Brown becomes featured and then not featured, or just it feels like the only offense you really have that you can rely on is Aaron Anderson and Xavier Thomas maybe out the backfield and sprinkle in a little Bauer Sharp.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating part. And Nussmeier's not, like I saw the PFF ranking that he was the highest rated offensive player, but there shouldn't have been anybody really rated that high on the offensive side of the football. When you go 3 and out for the first 3 drives, you ran 9 plays on offense through 12 minutes. Like, you're lucky you have a defense. Like, that doesn't cut it anywhere. That's not by design. You're not like, oh, we can do this because our defense is so good. It's like, you need to execute on both sides of the football.
Yeah.
And that's where that's why BK doesn't want to talk about it like this, because he knows it's not great. And that's the frustrating, because at some point it's going to bite you in the ass. You can't go 12 minutes of football without getting a first down. It's just not the way the world works. And if you don't have a Jacoby and Guillory hold, that's a totally different football game. There's a world in which that penalty doesn't get called all the time.
Right.
Like, those are things that you have to be able to use the weapons that you have, and it's just frustrating, the part of it that it feels like they don't know what their identity is at all. It's one thing that works, and then you try it 2 more times. If it doesn't work, you go to something else.
Yeah.
And there's no ability to, like, put your fucking fan in the face in the fan, and do, like, this is how we're going to do it on this side of the football. Like, I'd give it all over to us or don't. But what they're doing right now is just a grab bag of bullshit.
Yeah, and in the chat, there's kind of 3 lines of thinking that are all, it's got nothing to do with the offensive line. It's got nothing to do with the offensive line or Nuss. They aren't calling the play, so that's a scheme thought. Some people think the offensive line isn't giving him time.
Scheming around the offensive line.
And then it's Nuss. It's all 3.
Yeah, it can be.
It's all 3 things are
can
the
be
problem.
True.
Like, it's not one of the 3. It's all 3. Nussmeier's execution in spots has been bad. The first drive of the second half, I said Nuss' execution on drive 1 was bad. The interception he threw was one of the most disgusting interceptions I've ever watched in my life. It felt, I was back in the moment I felt when Max Johnson threw it behind his back, and thank God it hit grass. But to me, it had the same feeling of, it's just like, don't value the football. That's bad. That's bad on Nussmeier's part. There's been execution problems. There's been missed throws. There's been miscommunications. The offensive line, Weston Davis on the right side, has not been good.
No.
He's not been good. There's been a couple of plays where he's used that big club left hand, swipe the guy off of him, put him in the ground, and let Nuss roll right, like the throw to Kyle Parker against Clemson. But he hasn't been very good. Josh Thompson was not good on Saturday against Florida. Shout out to Tyree Adams, and Braylon Moore played well. Braylon Moore, 2 holding penalties.
Mate, he's hurt.
And he's playing hurt. So, yes, Nussmeier's execution has not been crisp, has not been good. He's not played like the Heisman quarterback is supposed to be. He hasn't even looked as crisp as he looked at times last season. He's thrown 2 really bad interceptions where it was a underthrown ball to Barry and Brown, just a gimme bad protection of the football on Saturday, where that's been bad as well. And then the scheme, this offense has been handcuffed. Like, it is, the plays that are being called are considerably different than what you saw in 2024.
And it's the same
quarterback.
Same quarterback.
Same wide receiver 1, different offensive line. But you've expanded the skill positions. You have more wide receivers that can do different things. It's all 3 things are a problem. And that's current. And where, for me, it lies when you talk about not having an identity. 1, it's you still can't run the ball. But 2, I feel like the identity the offense wants to have right now doesn't fit the quarterback that they have calling the shots and throwing the football. And so It's just right now it's a weird limbo between all three of those things where you haven't had all three line up where the play call has been great. It's besides week 1, but how good is Clemson actually? Where when we left the Clemson game, it was the scheme was excellent. They had it dialed up to cover up some of the issues where the defensive front is going to cause LSU's offensive line problems. The scheme was good. Nussmeier made the throws, and you stayed committed to the running game, and the offensive line did what they needed to do. That all was true after Clemson. It hasn't stayed the same. BD, Nuss only got sacked 2 times this year.
In the wide world of fuck is this?
How is it the O-line? This interception's awful. I don't know why you put it on there. I want to cry from watching it. But the question, Nuss has only got sacked 2 times. How is it the O-line? The sack number in totality doesn't tell you what the O-line plays like. If you turn on the game and watch the fact that the O-line can't make holes for the running back to run through, and the scheme isn't solving that. The pressure that Nussmeier gets in his face where he's having to roll out, he's having to backpedal, that play right there. He's rolling out right now. The pick is on him. Throw the ball out of bounds, kick the field goal, please. But all 3 of those things are true. Your offensive line isn't consistently playing well, and you're trying to figure out how to mask that, while also your scheme isn't really that good and creative, and your quarterback is not executing right now. And so it's all 3 of those things kind of meshed together. It's not all 3 of them every time, but it's all 3 in different spots where it all just hasn't come together the way you felt like it did in game number 1. Because in game number 1, you felt like the scheme was good, the execution was good, Nussmeier made the throws. Like,
Just haven't seen anything like this yet.
And I genuinely think it's the scheme is different. Like, it's blatantly different, and I just think it's all 3 of these things mixed together. It's the offensive line, it's the quarterback, and it's the scheme. It's all 3 things that have become the issue. Cole Adams, if Nuss is hurt to the point that he's afraid to get hit, maybe we should sit him until he's better. I really don't think an injury is the issue. Landon Barone, what's bad about this is they're creating their identity as just trying not to lose the game. That's okay right now. Look, you can't through 3 games. It's okay. You know why? Because you're 3-0.
Yeah, I just don't look at it like that.
Well, you're looking big picture, but I'm just saying, like, we have to at some point you have to be able to sit back and say
Sure.
the way they've run it through 3 games has been good enough because it's won. Is it good enough big picture? Is it national championship worthy? No. 2 things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, it's not getting anywhere close to better.
But I also think, like, there are ulterior factors.
Your defense caused 5 turnovers and you won by 10 points. And your defense scored 7 of them.
Right. The Florida
13 to 10.
The Florida defensive front was good.
Sure. You do that. I know that. They should know that.
Right. And they tried to cover it up with the plays they called. What were the numbers you threw? The air yards numbers that Nussmeier's not throwing down the field because they're trying to dink and dunk and keep it close so that he doesn't hit the ground. And so, like Landon Barone said, it's okay right now, but it won't be okay if you don't fix it. It's won you 3 games. Sierra Green, Noah, it's not okay to play not to lose. It's not okay in totality. It's okay right now because it's worked. You're 3-0. And the biggest positive of it is you have the pieces offensively to make it work. But in 2 weeks, you play Ole Miss and Oxford, which is Lane Kiffin, and he's going to have something dialed up for this offense. I mean, for LSU's defense with his offense, where maybe they score more than 10 points, which is the most you've given up so far. But also with Ole Miss, their defense isn't as good as Florida's front line or as Clemson's defense.
Oh, good.
And then down the line, but that's what I'm saying, down the line, you're going to need to improve because You've got South Carolina. We'll see what the situation with Lenore Sellers' injury, if he comes back. Obviously, he didn't finish the game on Saturday. With South Carolina on the horizon, with Texas A&M, who's looked relatively good and beat Notre Dame on Saturday, Arkansas's offense has been good. You have Alabama, who we'll see what their offense truly looks like, but looked good against Wisconsin, whatever that means. And then Oklahoma, which has John Mateer, who I think right now is the favorite for the Heisman, the way he's played up to this point. So you're going to have to improve from here on out. You have to. You have to take steps forward. So right now, the way the offense is playing has won you 3 games. You are 3-0. It's placated to me towards the defense. The defense has won you games. And you just have to find a way to improve. Devin Johnson, if any team scores 20 points, LSU's in trouble. That's true right now. But I know they have the pieces to get it figured out and to progress and move forward offensively, and they have the potential to be a good offense. That's the most stressful part about the whole thing, is that you know they have the pieces. They've got a quarterback who led the country in passing yards last season. You went out and got Barryon Brown, Nick Anderson. You still have Aaron Anderson, Xavion Thomas, Chris Hilton, Kyle Parker, Tradez Green, Bauer Sharp, all of those things where Caden Durham as well. Like, you have the weapons, you know you have the pieces. You need to put it all together, and they haven't done it yet. And the good thing is you don't need 2023's offense. You don't. But at some point you're going to need more than 20 points. It is true. So far, 20 points has gotten you to 3-0.
Yeah, that's part of it. I don't think anybody expected this defense to be this good.
No.
And that's where you can't sit here and tell me that even from LSU's perspective, like, oh, if we put up 17 points a game, we'll be 3-0. Like, I don't think that was you've gotten the benefit of having a great defense,
right?
But I don't think that was LSU's plan going into it. Like, this defense is going to feast.
Well,
like, we saw in practice, we've seen, and it was
right.
A lot of back and forth. Like, LSU's offense wasn't this bad, and so to sit here and be like, it's like you get the benefit of the doubt almost because of how good the LSU defense has been, but that was not. There's no way in which they thought they were going to be this dominant. Turned Florida over 5 times. Like, Blake Baker's, like, people keep saying, like, in his bag. He is. And, like, that defense. But that's part of this is what happens when you have confidence and you've seen your product work. Like, the LSU defense is flying around because they have no reason not to.
Right.
And the LSU offense is sputtering because they don't have any real confidence in what they're trying to do. It's, as Roe said, like, this is a product of who's on one side of the football and who's on the other. Like, the LSU defense is playing like Blake Baker coaches. The LSU offense is playing like Joe Sloan coaches. You see him in the booth, he has no confidence in what he's doing or what his ability is as a play caller as of right now because he doesn't have any proof of product or any belief in what he can do.
Yeah.
And even last year, he was a better play caller than this.
Well,
and there's some spots, like, don't get me wrong, there's some spots where you do see creativity and you see, like, what they're trying to do in the run game and spreading people out, and that's what people are enamored, I guess, with what Garrett Nussmeier did in the Clemson game because the offense looked a little bit different. And now it's become a shell of itself of that Clemson offense where it's everything underneath. And then you tried to go in week 2, let's take deep shots. Let's see if we can do it this way, too. And it's like, well, actually, you can't do either.
Yeah, I think, and on your point of the coordinators, I said it yesterday, the word to me is, there's 2 words, trust and it's confidence. And I think the defense, whether it's Whit Weeks, Harold Perkins, Mansour Delane, Patrick Payton, Bernard, whoever on the defense, they all have trust in their coordinator to put them in the right spots, and the coordinator has the trust in them to make the right plays. It's a symbiotic relationship, the players on the defense and Blake Baker, where they have confidence in one another, they trust one another, and so they play like it. And that's what you're seeing, which is a defense that flies around, is confident, and is making the plays. Offensively, to me, that trust and that confidence is lacking. And Landon Barone says it in the chat. That trust is lacking, whether it's Joe Sloan trusting himself, Joe Sloan trusting the offensive line, Joe Sloan trusting Garrett Nussmeier, Garrett Nussmeier trusting Joe Sloan. Garrett Nussmeier trusting the offensive line. The trust is missing. The symbiotic relationship you have on defense,
Where even Keys can come in and play linebacker.
you don't have that on offense. The trust you have on defense right now, week 3, I don't see it offensively. And the good thing is, you can find it.
Maybe Joe Sloan just trusts Blake Baker.
Maybe that's where the trust lies. But like the trust and the confidence I see on defense, I don't see on offense.
No, and that's my only issue.
Right.
Like I'm as happy as anybody can be that LSU is 3-0 and you've seen a dominant defense, but there's just I'm spurned. Like, there's old parts of me that remember LSU having a great defense and no offense, and you don't want to go all the way back. You don't want to revert back to that mean of, this is LSU football. Y'all want a good defense. You got it. It's like, there's a world in which you can have both, and LSU just has to be a little bit more serviceable in the offensive end because you have too much talent. You have too many weapons. You have too many good players, and the more of which I see, and also maybe it just feels like you talked about Lagway and like how Napier's like, oh, he's fine, but he didn't play for 10 months. And the same thing with, like, I don't know, after the Nussmeier report of, like, the knee, and then you see the way he's throwing the football and he's on a throwing program. Like, don't fucking shit in my hand and call it gold. I know what I'm looking at. Like, this is not the same Garrett Nussmeier I saw last year. And whether you want to protect him and keep him, we're just playing easy. Like, we're keeping it simple for him so he doesn't, he's scared of the turnover. Well, we want to play good defense and don't turn the ball over. You're protecting Nussmeier from something, and I don't know what that is.
I think they're also protecting themselves from what it would look like if Nussmeier's not out there. Like,
but that's just bizarre.
No, I agree. That's why I'm saying, like, there is a trust missing between whether it's the OC and the offensive line to keep Nussmeier upright. So they're like, you know what we need to do? Swing pass, screen pass, get it out of his hands. Don't let him stand in the pocket because he might get wrecked, and then you have no Nussmeier, you have no season. Nussmeier in the offensive line, does he trust that they're going to be able to keep him upright and he's going to get happy feet and this, that, like, I just think that there's the trust that is missing between those three pieces.
Absolutely.
All the way around. The offensive line, the offensive play calling, and the quarterback's execution. All three of those things are spotty right now. There's no trust between the three. And you can't run the football. And that comes down to all three of those things as well. The offensive line, the execution, and the play call.
It's just now it's the extension of the run game.
Right.
Is your run game, which we wanted to see, and it's worked at times, but you still have to be able to run the football at some point.
Right. You have to, and since you can't run the football now, like it's been established through 3 games, you have not been able to run the football, even if you do rip off 151-yard run in the power I. Now, if you want to start mixing that in and using it as a gimmick, where every now and again Pie burns that H back again and you run power I, do it. If it keeps working, I'm not going to tell you to stop.
That's the perfect.
But it's Xavier Thomas in the backfield where
it's the perfect encapsulation of what this LSU offense is right now. It's like, oh, one thing works, let's try to do it one more time.
Right.
It's like you're really watching somebody experiment in real time. I'm sure they put that in for this week for Pyburn to be able to play against Florida in some way, in some capacity on offense. I don't know if that's a staple of their offense. You haven't seen it. I think it was a Pyburn thing, that would be cool if we're up 10, get you in the football game for the last play of the game.
Yeah, go run through one of your old teammates' face.
Exactly. Like, you hate this defense more than anybody, probably.
So cool.
Right.
And
it looked good.
That was awesome.
But and
that's the other thing is, like,
that's the funny part about the LSU and the fan base. Like, do that more.
Watching the offensive. But the thing that I loved about watching that play specifically was the offensive line knew they had one job: run through the guy in front of you's face, and they did it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, why can't we do that every run play? That's why I would love some outside type runs, toss sweeps, like counter with a pulling offensive lineman. Because Cohen Eccles said right here, what did he say? He was talking about how athletic this offensive line is. Let him move.
Yeah.
This between the tackles deal is not working. And so we'll get into that as the week goes on. BD, so is Nuss handcuffing Sloan. Those are the questions. Is Sloan handcuffing Nuss? Is Nuss handcuffing Sloan? Is the offensive line handcuffing Nuss or Sloan? Like, those are the questions that are still – it's all three. Like, that's the – I wish I could just give you one answer and say this is what it is. This is the problem. This is how you fix it. You have three problems offensively. You have four problems offensively right now. And really, it can all be encapsulated into two. One, you can't run the football. Two, there's a lack of trust between O-line, quarterback, and coordinator. You can find, but the good thing is, you can find those things as the season goes on. You can create trust as the season moves forward. And the good thing is, you're not sitting at 1-2 like you were in 2023 trying to find something. Or 2-2. I don't remember what their record was at that point. But when they lost to Ole Miss, like I think it was 1-2. You're not sitting there anymore. You're 3-0. Very easily last season after South Carolina, you could have been 1-2. You are 3-0 and you're trying to figure it out. And this
is a product of how your schedule is, where you do find something that is your calling card on defense, right? Where you might have the best defense in the country, and I'd be hard pressed to pick another one. But it's because of you go Clemson, like a scrappy Tech team, and then you have Florida at home. Like, you knew that these three games or at least two out of the three are not easy. And it's like, if you want to get where you want to go, like, you have to win these three.
Yes.
And LSU has done that, and that's why you see, like, maybe a stripped-down version of the offense that, hey, don't turn the ball over. We're going to rely on this defense, and let's just try to get out of every game 1-0.
Put us in the position
and
to
that's
win.
why the 1-0 mantra makes sense. It's like, we're just trying to win.
And it's working. They're winning.
Sure.
They're 3-0. Like, we looked at it before the season. We looked at the schedule like those first three games, you could end up 1-2. Because from the outside perspective, before the season started, before you watched them on the field, you looked at it and you said they could very easily be 1-2 in this stretch because you have Clemson, you have Florida, and now you have Southeastern, SLU.
CLA.
They don't go by that anymore. They're just SLU.
South Louisiana University.
Southeastern Louisiana University, but they don't want to be
CLA.
SELA or SELU. It's just SLU. They changed their logo, the whole deal. I don't know. Got a lot of friends that go to Southeastern. That's like Central High School University.
Oh, nice.
They
Well,
all
change
just
it
go to
that.
Southeastern. Huh?
Change it to that.
That's what I said.
CHU.
CHSU.
Mm-hmm.
It works. So I think
get some of this conversation too in the chat where it's like, Nuss, what, he tucked it twice.
Yep.
Neither were one was a quarterback, like a zone read. One was a scramble. What do you think he's going to look like in the NFL? What do you think they're going to run with him?
With Nussmeier?
You don't think he's going to get under center?
Oh, of course.
It's not Jaden Daniels anymore.
No, and that's the
And
thing.
it hasn't been for 2 years.
And that's the thing of
And you've
like,
known what you've had for 4.
looking forward. There are some of these problems are fixable because there are things you haven't tried yet, and so it just comes down to doing it. Get under center and hand it off on a stretch play with a fullback. Get into I formation. Get into single back. Run stretch with Bauer Sharp at fullback. See what happens. Run stretch with Caleb Jackson at fullback. Run fullback stretch with Caleb Jackson. I don't care what you do. Try something different. Because right now what's not working is a zone read handoff between the tackles or a pistol handoff between the tackles.
I mean, pistol was the big.
That was the big change. And it worked in 24 because you got into pistol and Josh Williams was able to crank out some yards and Caden Durham was able to find different. Maybe use these dynamic running backs.
Get a
on
little
the
closer.
Outside. Let's try something else.
I mean, you can build off of that because I do think that Nussmeier is athletic enough to get on the perimeter, like boots and all of the different things you can run off of a run game with play action. But right now.
But I think the fear is if you run that play action with the boot, you want him to roll right? You want him to be rolling towards Weston Davis is that right tackle. Can you trust Weston Davis to not let whoever's the right edge rusher kill Garrett Nussmeier on the football field.
Yeah, they don't want him to turn his back to the defense.
No.
I get that.
Like that's what I'm talking about, where it's all three of these issues. And really, the good thing is,
I can't believe you threw that interception.
Don't even
It's so funny, dude.
really, to
Just when
me,
you ask
watching
him,
it,
because you're asking him to like manage the football game and
Right,
not take
and
shit,
that
and that
happens.
one is like, what the?
like,
No,
it's just
don't
it was
bad,
literally not
bad.
thinking at all.
No, it's
Saw the flag, was like, because I was trying to
throw
make
it as
sense
far
of
as you
it.
can,
Yeah, just
or throw it out of bounds.
spike it at your
The
foot.
3rd and 27. The last thing
Something.
you want to do is that.
And
And
so,
he threw it right to him. It's just like because Nuss because you could point to that play, then you can point to the Xavier Thomas touchdown throw where the anticipation of which he has to throw that football. He loves. It's the same Aaron Anderson play.
right.
It's the same look where it's out 3 yards before Xavier Thomas turns his head. Nobody's looking for the football, and he puts in like he's a spot thrower, not a person thrower. And for all the things, like when Garrett Nussmeier does that well and reads it and everything goes right,
Right.
it's like, oh, buddy, this could be great. Then he does that. You're like,
Yeah,
what the fuck was that?
I know. And I think my biggest issue with with the offense was you got the chunk play. You finally in the second half you had to there were times in that game where you could have scored. Like you start with I think it was a 31-yard pass to Aaron Anderson. You followed up with an 8-yard Jawan Johnson run. Okay, guess what it is now? It's 2nd and 2. You're at about the 50-yard line. You're in a real good spot. And then Nuss has to throw one away. Hey,
Good.
throw it away.
Remember, zero is
We're
better
good.
than nothing.
Then you run a swing pass to Bauer Sharp, and it gets blown up. You get 1 yard. And so now it's 4th and 1, and you punt the football away. And this is the one where I want to give a 2 claps right here
Smart.
to Chris Hilton, as hasn't really been featured in the offense, has been rough sledding. But guess what he did? When they punted the football right there,
Played my role.
he went down to the 2-yard line. Chris Hilton Jr., 2 claps. Ready. Do your role. And that's and I
It takes
I
everyone.
love it, man, because like that is just like
He don't have to do that shit.
woe is me, where I could be like, they're not throwing me the football. I'm not featured. But guess what? He loves his
Oh.
teammates.
Oh, well, somebody's not happy.
Who's not happy?
Which is real. Let's see. I'll let you be to the side. Lon Phillips.
I'm scared.
Post.
I'm scared to look at this. Can we just do it in the break and not put it on the stream right now? I don't want to watch it live. And it's going to happen. And he's got a good point. I agree. I wanted Chris Hilton to be a feature of this offense,
Caught more punts than passes.
and I still think he can be. The time is still there. So don't forget, every single day, we are brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. You see the folder right here next to me, the beautiful CAS folder. CAS Roofing and Advising, based out of Central Louisiana. Shout out to my guy, Pierce Patterson. I know he's watching live right now. He just sent me a picture of it. Shout out to Pierce Patterson from CAS Roofing and Advising. 225-910-0619 is the number. They do a great job over there. I've swung by a couple of the jobs the last couple of weeks, and they just do such great work. They take care of their homeowners. Glowing reviews from the homeowners on Google. And Pierce Patterson does great work, takes care of you. So the roofing and advising, they do a great job there. Make sure you call Pierce Patterson, 225-910-0619. Make sure your roof is in good shape as we roll through football season this year. We will take a quick break here as we've rolled right through into hour number 2. It's 8:22 this morning.
You missed the hard out.
We'll take a quick break and come right back after this.
Where's CAS Roofing? Here you are. Let's get a look at a roof.
Home. The roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granding at Go Martin on the Go Deli. Gomart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Cole Kublik. He does it every week. LSU breaking down the SEC rivalry win. Found a way. Good to see QB use his legs some. Had protection breakdowns. Right tackle struggled. Good use of lateral movement to try to get runs going. Took advantage of slot mismatch. QB went to the middle often. He has been throwing over the middle a lot. We talked about that as well. Or that's where he seems to be making his hay. 61 had a nice game. Struggled with movement up front. 4 good on yards after carry. 0 blocked. Need more strain for cutbacks. 25 gives them a bit more with that. One should get every ball versus man. 7 blitzes well getting better in space. Jesus, this is written poorly. 0 brought it on def too. Are you?
Hey.
96 did it. I feel like I'm I'm Charlie Kelly. I feel like I can't read. 96 good. Did nice job setting twist, penetrate. 90 good push. 13 made some good reads. 10 had a big one.
Yeah. 10 he did.
Yeah, sure.
He did have a big one.
Could tell that group feeds off the momentum. More and more buying each week. They see big picture. Thought linebackers had they did pretty good job not letting lateral movement take them out of plays.
Yes.
Starting Yo C length of 6 payoff. Okay, I'm not doing that again.
What was that? Say the last part again.
Starting Yo C length of 6 payoff.
Okay.
Patrick Payton.
Yeah. I mean, I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree with what he's saying.
Do you know what he's? I don't know what he said. I don't know what I just read. That could have been anything.
Around the country, and I think a lot of the.
It started off good.
Some of the pressure that's added on LSU is because it's kind of wide open. Like college football's for the taking right now. The SEC is for the.
If you would have crowned them, crown their ass. But there's nobody to crown.
Right.
I'm not. This is hard to read.
Starting 2C length of 6 payoff. You meant to say 2. It's confusing. You said starting Yo. I was like, yo.
Well, I read it as it was written.
Yo, what up? Yeah, no, I mean. I didn't.
I just want to make sure people know I can read.
Yes,
this is just
I don't disagree with what he said.
No.
He's just jotting notes down. I like it. I respect it. I love Cole. Cole does a good job.
I do too. I love Cole.
Yep. Yeah, you do. A lot of the pressure that can be added to LSU is because it just seems like it's just right there for the taking because there's so many question marks around. And this is where I like to bring us back to reality a little bit. As much as LSU has question marks, real question marks, they exist. I'm not denying them. So does everybody else. It's week 3. Like, that is a silver lining of it. Like, everyone has them. I have not seen one complete dominant football team yet.
Is Vanderbilt the best team in the country?
Vanderbilt looks excellent. Like, they looked good, but they're not going to – it's not being like, oh, well, they're the best team in the country.
Notre Dame 1-2?
0-2, I think.
0-2, yeah. Of course, they probably had a bye by now.
You know, they're bye in week 2. So around the country in the SEC specifically, obviously USF, this is not the SEC, but USF falls to Miami. They sit at 2-1 after their hot start. Georgia, Tennessee, hell of a football game. Like, that was fun football to watch. 2 SEC teams go at it. And it's just, I feel bad for Tennessee in a sense. As much as I hate their baseball program, I know that feeling of, like, not being able to break through. Like, having that team that just has your number and you can't break through, because they're kind of in the position with Georgia where LSU was with Alabama, where you're consistently putting good teams out there and you just somehow can't beat this one team. And even when you put yourself in a good spot to win that one game, you still don't do it. Tennessee comes out, goes up 21-7 in the first quarter at home, 21-17 at halftime. They go to overtime because Tennessee misses a chip shot field goal to win the game.
You know how sickening it would be if that happened at Tiger Stadium, if LSU would have gone up 21-0 against, insert team, but like Florida at night, you're up 21-7, and you're like rocking in the first quarter, then the slow burn of the next 3 quarters, like, oh no.
Georgia to Tennessee is what Alabama was to LSU.
Right.
Like, where it's the one team, you can't figure it out. You just can't
Even
find a way to win. As good as you are, because LSU put out some really good football teams in that 8-year stretch that Alabama dominated LSU, and you just couldn't find a way. Like, I'm not going to go through the moments, but, like, that's why I have some pity for Tennessee, because I know that feeling of, like, we have a really good team. We put together a really good performance, but you just can't break through.
And
can't find a way.
You just have Georgia just being able to rub it in your face.
Yes.
Like, they weren't nervous.
No.
We do this every time.
Every time. Like, shout out to Gunnar Stockton.
Shout out to College Game Day, and the signs are great. A lot of references to a certain thing that Georgia does poorly.
And shout out to College Game Day when Kalen DeBoer does his interview.
Oh,
they went
brutal.
full Florida State. Was awesome. It was the best. That's why college football is the best. Texas beats UTEP 27-10. Eek. Not good, not pretty. It was 14-3 at halftime of that football game. You want to talk about it? Everyone's got issues. Texas, UTEP 27-10 issues.
What was Arch obviously ends up with 3 touchdowns, but what were the numbers when we were at halftime? Whenever we were doing the Washed Up Sports,
4 of 14, I think. Like, it was not good. Texas A&M big win over Notre Dame, 41-40. Texas A&M is now 3-0, 1-0 in the SEC. Marcel Reed 17 for 37. Yeesh, 360 yards, 2 touchdowns. There's your AP poll. Vanderbilt, obviously, 31-7 over South Carolina, as Lenore Sellers does not finish that football game. Pavia, 18 for 25, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and did a great job as a lead blocker. I don't know if you saw that video. They ran like I don't even remember what the run play was, but he ran out as the lead blocker for the running back and dropped his left shoulder into the linebacker.
like Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, to set up for the back. Georgia Tech upsets Clemson. Is it an upset? I don't know. They were favored on the point spread and the money line.
That's such a Diego Pavia play.
It is. Clemson loses 21-24 to Georgia Tech.
Hard.
Yeah, I mean, get out there and just show the effort. Arkansas Ole Miss 41-35. The Rebels win. No Austin Simmons in that game. Alabama beats Wisconsin 38-14. What does that mean? I don't know. Hunter Hall, you tell me. Auburn wins over South Alabama. Missouri wins over ULL. That's around the country, and I guess that will open up kind of some of the pressure that can be added to this LSU team right now in 2025 is because there is not a dominant power in college football. right now, there's not a team that I will sit back and say I watched and is far and away better than everybody else. Has there been a team, Lloyd, that you've sat down and you've said, that's the best team in the country, they're better than everybody else I've watched?
No, that's why this is happening right now. That's why LSU, the conversation, I think everybody wants it to be, if there's one team to pick that you can pick after who's got the biggest win of the season, would you say? Is it LSU? It was certainly to start the year because everybody, this is what happens when people don't want to be wrong. Everybody was picking Clemson to be a national championship team, a national championship contender, Kid Klubnik, Heisman, all of these things. LSU can't win the big game. Brian Kelly can't win the first game, can't win it over LSU. All of these things, it's a failure, whatever. The script gets flipped, narrative changes to, is LSU the best team in the country because they beat Clemson, who we all thought was going to be a national champion. And then you see Clemson go out and lose again.
Who has the best win?
And so after week 1, it was LSU.
Right. I think it's changed.
And so now everybody was looking at LSU and was like, oh, we weren't that far off. It wasn't Clemson, it was LSU who just beat the team that we thought. But now it's like, oh, this makes all the sense in the world. Look at who they have returning. Look at their head coach. Look at the skill positions. Look at this defense. Oh, now we remember old LSU things. And it's like, okay, Harold Perkins is back. He's a star. Whit Weeks, sideline to sideline. Like all of the things that they then week 2, it's like, oh, they barely beat Tech.
Defense still looks really good, though.
Defense is still good, but they don't have – you can't crown them. Alabama loses in week 1.
That's what I was about to say. I think that might be right now the best win of the season.
Texas loses.
I think right now Florida State's win over Alabama might be the best win of the year. What would be better? Because I saw Miami over Notre Dame. Notre Dame just lost to A&M. So I don't know if that's the best win. Now, Miami looks really good.
Georgia over Tennessee?
That is probably one of the best. Like, Ohio State over Texas. Texas just was 27-10 over UTEP. So, like, I think it's between
Oklahoma over Michigan. Probably not.
I think it's between Florida State over Alabama, Georgia over Tennessee, and I think it's probably Georgia over Tennessee because that was just Tennessee looked good. Like they looked like a good football team. Aguilar, I thought looked like a really good quarterback.
What about Vanderbilt over South Carolina, but no Lenore Sellers.
No Lenore Sellers. Or I would say Vanderbilt, like that, and that's what adds to the pressure. Is it feels like right there for LSU. I think right now LSU's like the layup pick for who would be the favorite.
Right.
Like from a national standpoint, people that don't watch it under the microscope we do, LSU would be the national favorite because they would say, yeah, offensive struggles. Look at that defense. Look at the quarterback. Go from there,
Vanderbilt has as many wins over top 11 teams as every school in the Big 12 combined since 2024. Vanderbilt doing it, which is crazy.
It is crazy. But
it's not.
I watched them against South Carolina.
They're good.
They're good from the standpoint of, like, the defense is inspired, but the offense that they run.
It's Pavia.
It fits Pavia so well, and it's just like, what they have?
Confidence is a hell of a drug.
Confidence in their identity.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing LSU doesn't have. And so what would you like to get figured out? You probably want to get it figured out before you see Vanderbilt Nashville. Like,
oh, yeah.
That adds another wrinkle to the schedule.
I mean, last year wasn't the
24 to 17?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't as – I mean, everybody laughed at Alabama losing to Vanderbilt, but you're seeing why and how.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's –
They're 3-0, cuz.
They're 3-0. They're like that's what I'm saying. Like LSU schedule moving forward. That's why the big picture is what's all on our mind because you have Ole Miss, A&M, Alabama, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma,
biggest
Arkansas,
game left on your schedule. Alabama still. Vanderbilt has to leapfrog South Carolina, or South Carolina with a healthy Lenore Sellers. Or I don't think South Carolina is what everybody thought they were.
No.
But that defensive line is real.
I don't know. And funny enough, Wyatt is coming in. Our social media guy Wyatt. One of the segments that he's going to come video today for social media is that question itself. So we might just keep that under wraps. So you could have to
tune in to Tingle and
__Co on social media because that's the question. It's what's the toughest rank the toughest games on the schedule remaining. And really, you've got the road schedule here is the part that intrigued me. You thought your toughest games might be at home. you've got Ole Miss on the road. You've got Alabama on the road. You've got Vandy on the road. You've got Oklahoma on the road. Those are 4 tough football games, and they are all
On the road.
on the road.
But you know what travels?
Defense does.
Defense
And run game. You got one of them.
He
ain't got the other.
He ain't got the other,
much.
cousin.
You ain't got the other. So that's where the pressure is. It's still wide open in the country for LSU, and you think, and Andrew Messina, every week is a big game. LOL, you're right. It's always the next one. That's true. So and right now LSU sitting at 1-0. Let's bask in that for a moment. I am happy that LSU is 3-0 in this stretch. They've got Southeastern, and we're gonna. You know what? We're gonna do an in-depth breakdown of Southeastern position by position this week. I'm just kidding. We're not. But we might tell you what you want to see against Southeastern. I don't know if there's going to be anything too specific going into that game. But LSU sitting 3-0 after facing Clemson, Louisiana Tech, and Florida. A really good spot to be in, somewhere you haven't been in quite a while.
Do you think Louisiana Tech won or lost?
Who'd they play?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, I feel like I remember who they played. I saw it on social media. Lost.
They won against New Mexico State, 49-14. Best win in the country. LSU over Tech.
I'm telling you.
They're good.
Tech is not a bad football team.
I was wanting to check and make sure we felt right about that. If they'd have lost 49-14, I would have felt differently.
I thought you were saying it. That's why I guessed loss, because I thought you were going to try to pull the rug out from under me.
Well, they got Southern Miss next. We'll see.
You'll find out more. Yeah, I mean, I thought Tech it was a good team going into the LSU game.
Defense is hunting.
LSU 3-0, and guess what else they did on Saturday? They covered the spread. If you got LSU way back when at 9.5, they covered that for you guys, and then it dropped down to 7.5 and 6.5, and LSU covered, took care of the boys.
Under
hit. How about that? You know what I got? That Clemson Georgia Tech under. I saw that LSU under. I was like stealing.
Yeah, I saw Clemson when it was 13-0. I was like, let me snipe one right quick.
Yeah.
Felt right for a long time until I was wrong. It's okay.
It's all right.
I had Vanderbilt over South Carolina, though.
I did too.
Feels good.
I did too.
The mic'd up parlay refuses to hit despite my best efforts, as I'm 3-0 in it, and everybody else is not. And that's okay.
What was it on Friday?
It was Vanderbilt.
Uh-huh.
Let me take a gander here.
You took Vanderbilt and the points, or Vanderbilt straight up?
I tried to go money line. Mikey told me to make just to make sure the parlay hits. Let's take the points. He's like, well, make sure you pick a winner, Bobby.
Didn't.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Just like the graphic I put out on social media of our underdogs of the week. Me and Stewie go 2-0. Christian 0-2. Wyatt 1-2.
Oh, he had Clemson.
Oh, nice.
So
I mean, what a terrible pick.
Man.
I mean, not to bash.
No, I tried to agree with them and be like, look, I could see it maybe.
Yeah, well, their left tackle wasn't playing.
I mean, they don't have their best wide receiver.
They don't have their best wide receiver.
And they're not good.
Yeah.
And Dabo's a jerk.
And Haynes King is a dog.
Did you see Dabo go to elementary school? That's where he was before the game. I'll show you.
I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, but I wonder whose idea that was. So I'll leave it at that.
BD, I can't wait for this Blake Baker and Lane Train game at Ole Miss. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun one. LSU versus Ole Miss. Blake Baker versus Lane Kiffin. Brian Kelly should meet with the press today with his Monday game recap press conference.
Do you think he and Cobb will have some lighthearted fun?
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, a nice little lighthearted jab. Cobb will take it fine, and they'll be good. It's fine.
What if he's like, I'm still mad.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think BK, because he did set it up with the.
I thought his opening statement was good. BK's.
Oh, I don't even, like I'm saying, like this whole
Right.
thing has been lost because of what happened. Like he's still trending on Twitter right now.
Yeah, of course he is.
Because people hate him.
Yeah,
but I thought Koppel did a good job of like, I know you hate these,
right?
Because of what he said last
Trying
week,
to
where he's
soften him
like,
up a little bit.
yeah, and he was like last week, he's like, I wish I could do these on Monday as opposed to right after the game, and he's like, well, I know you hate instant reaction right now, but, and then it was that question, then it was, I really do hate these.
Right. Yeah. mean, because it sucks to go out there and win a football game against
Absolutely.
a talented Florida team. Now, look, I don't think they're a good team. They've got good players. I think Napier's cooked, gone, goodbye.
Damn, really?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, he is
They
attached.
did some good things against LSU.
He's attached to DJ Lagway, and DJ Lagway just threw 5 interceptions.
That was tough.
5 picks, Lloyd. 5 is crazy. Like, I had to sit back and understand how many 5 interceptions was.
It's a lot.
Like, it's not a little number.
I don't think Joe threw 5.
That's what I literally just looked up. Joe Burrow 2019 stats. I want to see how many picks he threw because
At 6? I know he threw one against Northwestern State.
I know that's the one that sits in my brain.
It was shocking.
It was jarring.
Because I've seen Northwestern State practice. And they can't do that.
I'm trying to see if my computer, my computer's a piece of junk. I'll use my phone.
I got you.
Thank
Joe
you.
Burrow 2019. Joe
stats.
Burrow having surgery.
Stop. Make me sick. He's out for 3 months.
I know he's on my fantasy team. Was. I'll keep him.
He threw, let's see, 6 interceptions.
Yep.
One more than DJ Lagway threw Saturday night in Death Valley. I do want to give some credit. I want to ask you, Lloyd, how was the atmosphere?
Good.
Saturday night.
Good.
Good.
Good to great. Not elite.
Not elite.
But it was full. And there were some crowd pops in there with the obviously with the defense. Like there were some definitely some moments, but I thought maybe I'm being picky. I don't know. Out there some times it could have been louder. Could have been because it was close and there was so much good defense.
Right.
But there was. And then you just didn't have that Ole Miss moment last year.
Yeah, it's just not one of those ones where
It was close to one of those
Right,
ones.
right,
That was a
right.
wreck. It didn't come.
Thoughts on, and this is this was in the two claps. I wanted to give it 2 thumbs down. Game day next week. Florida, Miami.
Oh,
Why?
poor Florida. Like they were probably like, get me outside the spotlight.
Oh my gosh, why game day? Florida just is 2 straight losses.
Hush, they'll be fine. Oh, 4-4 could not. I'm trying to find.
What are you trying to find?
2011 LSU offense. I just want to see.
Oh, I don't even want to hear those numbers, Lloyd.
Why?
I'm gonna make me sick.
No. I just wanted to see what
It is gonna be a reality check of like everyone keeps saying this is like 2011, and actually 2011's offense really bad, really bad. Couldn't cross the 50.
Well, but that's not the case. That wasn't necessarily true. They were good. Jarrett Lee was going to win. Was going to be a SEC first team.
I thought you were about to say win
No,
the
no,
Heisman.
was not going to do that. But
Shout out to Jarrett Lee, man. I met him in 2013.
great dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh God, never mind. He's still a good dude, but 10 of 22 for 98 yards and a touchdown against Oregon. And 9 of 10 for 133 yards against Northwestern State and a touchdown. Here we go. Mississippi State, first conference team. 21 of 27, 213 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Sounds very familiar, does it not?
Yeah, it sounds like it right now.
Mm-hmm. You won 19-6. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, wow. Is this 2011? Are we in 2011? No.
Yeah.
This offense is better.
Defense is worse.
I mean,
I'm just
I don't
saying.
like the way that sounds, but it's true. But we got to remember who we're comparing. It's like saying, oh, the 2020
I know.
offense.
But if you're going to try, that's why I push back. If you're going to try to win this way, you better be elite.
Right.
You better be one of the best of all time.
They are elite.
They are.
This defense is elite.
I'm talking about elite.
Right.
Elite in terms of which ones do you remember for your entire brain.
Yes. And I think they have the potential to
They
be
do.
that.
They do.
Because they got the pieces, man.
But offense has changed. Football has changed.
Football has changed. I agree. And I think a real good test case is going to be, what is that, September 27th at Ole Miss? Like, if there's going to be an offensive brain that is going to be able to find a way and pick it apart, who else would it be on your schedule?
How many points do you think you have to score? 28, 21? He's going to find a couple.
He's going to find a couple. I think I just think you can confidently score around 27 points and win consistently.
Yeah.
I think 27 to 30 is your sweet spot. Really, even 24 to 30, I think, can be your sweet spot. Because I don't see teams run the score. But I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We'll see when we get there. Shall we connect athletically on this fine Monday morning?
I'll take DJ at LSU after Nuss. There has been some conjecture.
I saw that all over social media.
On the on-3 boards, I think is where it started. But it does feel like...
I think that experiment's coming to an end.
Well, not only that, but would you rather DJ Lagway or Elijah Haven? Feels like one is going to be at Florida.
I think it could very well be neither of them. And if Napier gets fired,
right,
it turns the whole thing on its head. Like the whole situation.
I think there's a real conversation of, do you give him one more year where the schedule flips and it's not the hardest schedule in the country?
No, I think there's a conversation for it. But
they've been competitive.
He's lost the fan base.
Oh, 1,000%.
1,000%.
The only thing that's just Tom Petty and nothing else.
Nothing else. And
Lagway lost the fan base probably, I'm sure. 5 interceptions.
I mean,
tough.
They were, and 3 of them were atrocious.
But
5 of them were atrocious.
But I will also contend that Nuss threw the worst pick of the night. Nuss's was worse than any of those 5.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. I mean, the TaMarcus Cooley pick he threw was bad.
Yeah.
But
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was awesome. Oh, it was great.
The Pickett one is just Pickett.
Yes. Well, it wasn't a bad decision. He was trying to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, God.
Couldn't get it there, and they're 6'5".
Dikembe.
Sorry.
AJ Halsey made a play.
Yep. Spears made 2 plays. Like, they were bad because he's staring down his read, and the safeties, like, he didn't look off a safety once.
No, you could tell.
When I went back and watched the game yesterday, he didn't look Spears off once, and Spears just... Okay,
you're going to do that?
Telling me where you're throwing
I'll
it?
run over there then.
Like, it was easy. But yeah,
but
Nuss's was just straight up stupid. Like, just boneheaded.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be the first one to take it. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
That's why I don't want to bash him for it, because he knows. But it's just like, buddy.
That's shocking.
Like, but what I will say is I'm going to defend Nuss to Greg McElroy. Greg McElroy, don't talk about my quarterback on the broadcast.
Greg McElroy, what have you ever done?
I tell you what.
Greg McElroy.
And no, another 2 thumbs down. Mansour Delane or Mansour Delane. It's not a hard name to say.
Which one is it?
It's not the first name I'm talking about. It's the last name.
Delaney?
No, they kept saying Delane. Delane.
Oh, they made him Louisiana?
They kept saying it wrong, and I was like,
well, maybe it's right.
It's not.
Do we know? You never truly know.
Let's connect athletically. It's your one job. If you're going to talk, if you're going to cover the game.
Barry on.
Have the name. Barry on, not Barry in. Barry on. Let's see. We've got.
I haven't taken a peek yet.
The Charge, the Go-Go, the Vipers, and the Bluecoats. You know what that is? It's the G League.
Nice.
Then you've got
Shane Falco.
I think you've got Icon, Superstar, Legend, and Great. And then you've got Canton, Cooper State. Yep.
They all have to be.
Yep. That's the Hall of Fame locations. Boom, bam, bow, bop.
What is this one? Oh, man, it has nothing to do with Shane Falco.
Browns, Bears, Falcons, Ravens. No Shane Falco. That was pretty easy.
It was.
Hunter Hall, wow, I saved G League for last. Impressive. No, thank you, Hunter.
Yeah,
I know my G League. I'm a basketball guy.
Congrats to Ty Simpson. What did he do? Something? Kept his job?
What did he do? I don't know what he did.
Then you saw who's their backup that you think will be the starter, and I agree.
Keelan Russell.
He was getting recruited, dirty recruited.
By Wisconsin.
What?
I'm not going there.
I don't think he's going there.
Like, buddy, don't get a recruiting violation for this, because you've got no shot.
Waste your time.
No chance.
Where should I go for lunch?
Oh, it's Anna De Armas and Channing Tatum. That is frightening.
That's not the worst.
Oh, stop.
If you reversed it, maybe. I just watched her in the new John Wick movie.
I haven't seen that one.
It's good.
She was good in the
James Bond.
The last James Bond movie, yeah. The Tennessee Titans. shoot. Tony McDyson, 2001. Was it the Nuggets?
I wanted to say the Nuggets also.
Lloyd.
Thinking Pistons, but they were in the East.
It's the Nuggets. Let's go. I thought so.
Ah. Couldn't, I mean.
Brian, please,
yeah,
maybe?
Somebody. Google it. I don't care.
Let's just come back to it. We're no chance we're going to get it, so we'll just wait for the chat. The Venza is a mid-size crossover SUV model produced by this car brand. What is the Venza? A Toyota Venza? No?
Mitsubishi Venza.
Maybe?
Subaru.
A Hyundai Venza. Subaru Venza. A
Honda Venza. Ciao Bella. What is a Venza?
Venza, I don't know.
Who's Italian?
Toyota. It is a Toyota Venza. It did not sound right when I said it, but it's right.
Back some candy.
The popular British candy known as Maltesers is most similar to this pan.
100 grand?
No, I think this is Whopper. Is that what it's called? No, not Whopper. Is it Whoppers? The nasty candy that's like a little ball.
Right, but is that red?
Huh? I mean, I'm talking about the. Yeah, it's Whoppers. It has red print, and the name is in red.
Nice. I don't remember what a Whopper. I don't know what that.
They're not. Nobody eats.
I know what it is. I don't mind them.
Really? I'm not a fan.
Not the best candy in the world. I mean,
so many other good options.
Yeah, exactly. Like if somebody buys it for me, I'll eat them.
Yeah. But Halloween, I'm not happy when I pull.
No,
when
that's
you come out with a bin of Whoppers. No pass.
Yeah, you hate the holiday.
Fonz loves a Whopper. Wow,
Yeah,
I like a Whopper.
I'm telling you
from
that the
Burger
worst.
King Whopper. But I guess I haven't had a Whopper since I was a kid. Like when you were a kid.
Did you see Begus's hot dog? He would grip that thing.
I guess as a kid, Whoppers are like sad because you want a Reese's or a Snickers or a Milky Way, and you're like,
Whopper.
A Whopper.
It's an interesting.
I guess
texture.
I need to try a Whopper again. I'll try a Whopper tomorrow morning. We'll bring some
We'll do
Whoppers.
some Whoppers. Whopper.
I'll do it. I'll eat a Burger King Whopper and the
what
candy
do you put
Whoppers
Whoppers on your Whopper
tomorrow morning. Ew, no, pass. I'll eat a Whopper, then follow it up with Whoppers. Since 2020, this streaming app has won the Best Comedy Series Emmy 3 times. It would be Netflix, right? Apple TV Plus? Okay, maybe not Netflix. Maybe it is Apple TV. Yeah, because Apple TV has...
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso and what's that one with Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, and Martin Short? That one's pretty funny, people say. Never seen it.
Murdered Next to a Neighbor.
Only Murderers in the Building. What's it called, I believe. But yeah, this has Ted Lasso. So.
Oh, what's the name?
Is it Megamind?
Yeah, that's it.
Love Megamind.
Me too.
It's a great movie.
Underrated.
Such a good movie.
Oh, I actually met him in Omaha.
What?
Mm-hmm.
This time or last time? Like 25 or 23?
23. What's his name? Chris Kirkpatrick? You can get your ass kicked. Yeah, Chris Kirkpatrick. I'm pretty sure. I know my Eminem.
Yeah, you do. Big
Yeah, you
Eminem
do,
guy.
buddy.
Yep. Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
All right. Chat, we need you.
We need you.
Save our lives. Make it happen. Make it happen for us, chat. Chat. NHL is Johnny
Be good.
Gaudreau.
Johnny Gottschalk.
G-A-U.
Sure.
Bam.
Let's go. No. Who got it?
Who do you think?
BB?
Brian Burgess.
BB. All right.
Shout out. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on this.
Spirited discussion today.
Very good. Good. I mean, that's what Mondays are for. Mondays are spent to be days where we talk about.
I bet if
what
they
we
could,
saw
if
on
they didn't
Saturday.
have their real dad, they would pick him to be their dad.
So would I.
Me too.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh no, I got Jay.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
They are.
Jay dominated SEC.
Did he ever?
Right.
Shout out to Max Tingle, standing right behind Jay.
Oh, is that him with the
overalls on?
The flag?
No.
That's
Max
cool.
was wearing
I'm not a
the stupid overalls.
Why? You got to do better as a brother.
I know. I'm gonna tell him to cut that out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
It's a punishment.
But he was back there. He took a selfie with Mike.
The tiger?
I said, you know what? I said, Max, good for you. Waking up at 7 to get out there for SEC Nation. Because I would do it for game day. I don't think I would do it for
That's just such a
to sit behind Marty and McGee.
What?
Respect to Marty and McGee.
Sure.
But I wouldn't wake up to go to the quad.
But it's very freshman.
Yes.
Like,
That's why I'm happy for him. Like,
yeah, this is so
go do
cool.
it. Go experience it.
I miss those days.
You're
of
living
like,
on campus. You get to go. But
what are your overalls? I should have gone. I did want to be there when I saw Jay was out there. I was like, oh.
Would have been nice to see him.
Just support him.
Love him.
Love him.
He's the best.
I do. And he got into recruits.
Dropping tiger emojis again. He can't stop. He just can't. He can't, like, even if he wanted to, and he tried.
I mean, after he signed his contract extension, he didn't even tweet about it. All he did was
two tigers.
Two tigers.
Three
Three
tigers.
tigers.
And then
if Jordan Griffin makes it to campus, he's a fucking stud.
Coach. I've been watching Jordan Griffin
Me too.
play baseball since he was like 12.
And he's been good every time.
He's been so good at it.
You know how many freshmen start at Barb? None.
Jordan Griffin.
Jordan Griffin is your
You know
answer.
how many freshmen start at Barb and are the best player at Barb?
As a freshman?
Jordan Griffin.
Yeah. Caccini did it again.
There's no way I don't think he makes it to campus, but if anyone can pull it off,
it's Jay.
It would be Jay. And man,
he should because it's fun.
You know how awesome it would be? Like buddy, you have the potential to be like the coolest Louisiana guy ever. Noah,
Discord.
Go check Discord after the show in show discussion. I will. Make sure you join the Discord as well. Let me drop the link in the chat for you all. Copy link. I'm gonna drop it in there for you. Make sure you join it so you can stay up to date. You can talk to us. You can hang out with us. I dropped in the sports betting chat on Saturday. I dropped a winner in there. I don't know if anyone capitalized, but
They're not wrong about this Cal football schedule either. Interesting.
What about Cal? Cal's quarterback's nice, freshman.
Mm-hmm. But they could fuck around and get into the playoff.
Yeah.
Don't play anybody. SMU.
Speaking of, I mean, and this is funny the way I watch football now when I see freshman quarterbacks like the one at Cal or like the quarterback at NC State. You know, the first thing that pops in my mind is, where are they going to play next year?
Not Cal.
Not NC State.
No. LSU? Possibly you.
Maybe. Get to know their names. You never know. So, appreciate you guys. We will be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Don't forget, if you miss it, go back and check out Saturday's post-game show, me, Kev, Roe, and then yesterday, me, Lloyd, Roe, live from Pizza Byron's. I appreciate you guys. Follow us on social media at Tingle__co. And make sure you let our sponsors know how much you love them.
Yeah.
They do. They take care of us, and we appreciate it. AJ Sports Cards, CAS Roofing and Advising, all about inflatables. Also, all about holiday lighting. They're getting into to make sure you're ready for the holidays. And Tom Granning, obviously Tommy G over at Wardo's and Go Mart. And then Lloyd.
F45.
Tell him about F45.
We're going today. Get that cardio in.
There you go.
Tough weekend.
You.
Aye.
No cardio over here, Coach.
12 to 1. 12:45. F45 for 45 minutes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, get your cardio in. Tuesday, Thursday, strength day.
There you go.
Usually a choice between legs. Sometimes a mix of both. But today will be cardio. Sweat it out a little bit. Whatever you did on the weekend, whatever you did to get ready for Florida. A plethora of choices for classes. Easy ability to sign up for a 7-day pass. It starts whenever you walk through the door. Once you sign up for your first class and go to your first class, I believe you get 7 days for $7. And then after that, you have the ability to sign up. But classes ranging from 5 a.m. in the morning until 5:30 in the afternoon. No reason not to go. Like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, cardio. Tuesday, Thursday, get your little lift in.
Strength.
And then obviously you have the ability, if you want to hit the sauna, cold plunge,
There you
or
go.
any other way that you want to recover. You can get the Patrick Peterson leg wraps, you know, where you put the feet up.
Oh, yeah.
So, plethora of recovery options, cold plunge, sauna, workout. Really just take care of yourself. It's the only way I'm still alive.
Yeah, there you go. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us this morning. We love you. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Probably get some guests in for tomorrow's show, so make sure you're ready. And we will likely watch the football game again, see if we can see anything different
Maybe
from
positive.
Monday to Tuesday. Mic'd
Maybe
up
the offense
6 to
was
8
good.
p.m. tonight.
Yep.
We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Later.